Today's Dallas Cowboys Report is presented by Manscaped. You can get 20% off and free shipping on all of the best men's grooming products at manscaped.com when you use promo code Cowboys. This is the Cowboys Report. I am Tom Downey, and we are all out of sorts because Trevon Diggs got the Cowboys linked to his brother Stefon Diggs, and people freaked out over it. And yeah, let's break this down and why maybe we should calm ourselves a little bit. Trevon Diggs tweets out, "I have always wanted to play on the same team as my brother." And then like a minute and a half later, 14 to Dallas would be fire. Yeah, wouldn't that be great? Of course, Trevon Diggs, and I'm sure Stefon Diggs would love to play together. There's a lot more of that than goes into, oh yeah, just make it happen, Dallas. Here are three fairly important things that would need to happen. Number one, the Bills decide to trade away their best receiver by a massive margin. Right now, the receiving core is Stefon Diggs, Gabe Davis, and Isaiah McKenzie? Some other late day 3 picks like Marquez Stevenson. Josh Allen himself said no about this idea. Let's be real there. Number two, if the Bills, who are a good organization that don't leak out that they're going to try to cut a player in 2 months, like the Cowboys did with Amari Cooper, well, they would get a bidding war for Stefon Diggs. It would probably be quiet, just like how things were when the Minnesota Vikings shipped off Stefon Diggs for a first and more. And there, I think, would be a bidding war for Diggs, as the same way there kind of sort of was one for Devontae Adams and Tyreek Hill, although the actual war could be better since those two players kind of dictated where they went. But maybe it's the same since it's the desire to get Stefon Diggs and Trevon Diggs together. Well, Stefon's a number one wide receiver. His numbers are awesome. Over 1,000 yards each of the past 4 seasons, averaging well over 1,100. Like, he is a premier wide receiver in the NFL. He's better than Amari Cooper ever was. And that's not a dig against Amari Cooper. That's how good Diggs is in the NFL. And then number 3, the Cowboys would then have to pay Stefon Diggs big money. Yes, Diggs has 2 more years left on his contract. The Bills don't want to keep Diggs they don't want to pay Diggs big-time money. They don't want to pay him top 3 wide receiver money, which means the new team would have to. So who here thinks the Cowboys would give up a first-round pick and more and then give Stefon Diggs conservatively $25 million a year? That's only 4th among the highest-paid wide receivers in the NFL. He would still be behind Tyreek Hill and Adams and Hopkins, and he probably wouldn't want to do that. He'd probably want a little bit more. So it's a fun idea. Trevon Diggs got everyone talking about it. Those 3 things, if we're being honest here, don't seem all that likely. So be honest with me. What's the % chance that Dallas actually gets Stefon Diggs, regardless of the Trevon Diggs tweet that said I went into a tizzy? Let me know in the comment section. % chance you think Dallas nabs Stefon Diggs. Let's be honest here, guys. Knowing how the Bills operate, how the Cowboys operate, all 3 of those things we just ran through, those all seem really unlikely, aren't they? Cowboys paying big money to a wide receiver, giving up another first-round pick for one. The Bills themselves saying, yeah, we don't want Diggs. And I know it's the NFL. And we just saw Devontae Adams and Tyreek Hill kind of sort of force themselves out of their current destinations. I get all of that. But don't let Trevon get you guys worked up. I'll be very happy if I am shocked that it goes down. But I don't see the Cowboys or Bills having really interest or likelihood of making a Diggs reunion happen in Dallas. And make no mistake, by the way, that's probably what some people might tell you. That was very clearly Trevon Diggs getting Stefon to Dallas, not him wanting to go to Buffalo. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. The tweets speak for themselves. If it does happen, we'll be live. I'll get hammered, but it'll be a great time. And if you want daily Cowboys videos, you've come to the right spot here on the Dallas Cowboys Report. We are this close to 126,000 subscribers. Let's keep growing, keep getting more Cowboys fans in here so we can dominate YouTube. If you haven't already, hit that big red button and subscribe right now. Let's talk free agency now as, Tyrann Mathieu once again linked to Dallas, this time by the NFL's own network. NFL Network was going to the top free agents left and said Mathieu's best fit remaining is Dallas. And make no mistake, getting Mathieu would be great for the Dallas Cowboys. However, How many times have we said that? A long time, right? The Cowboys have had their chances before. He's not a scheme fit as they sit in the Bahamas, not paying attention to free agency. The Cowboys have brought back Tyrann Mathieu. That solidifies one of your needed safety spots. Now, the Cowboys last year used a ton of 3 safety looks. So we could call Mathieu one of your box safeties. Malik Hooker could be your other starter, but there are still a lot of snaps to replace with Damontae Kazee. Now, some of those will go to Hooker, some will go to Donovan Wilson, but I do think the Cowboys are at least somewhat in the market for a 4th option at safety, given the way they've used Tyrann Mathieu. And Mathieu is that Swiss Army knife who can play deep, can play in the box, can play nickel corner. He can do a lot of fun and dynamic things for you, and I have complete faith in Dan Quinn being able to maximize Mathieu's talent. But I think it's unlikely, which we'll spend some more time on here momentarily. But today's show is sponsored by Manscaped. Manscaped.com. Use promo code Cowboys. Get yourself 20% off and free shipping, including all of their products, including the new Ultra Premium Collection. Lip balm, deodorant, body spray, body wash, shampoo, and conditioner, because, why use 2 things when one thing does trick? Manscaped.com, promo code Cowboys. That link will be in the comment section and in the description, so don't delay. Go get yourself some awesome men's grooming products today. I think in reality, for Mathieu to work, which I'll give like a 2% chance, his market would have to plummet. And I still think somebody out there would give him $8 million a year, even if it's just on a 1-year contract. That's more than what the Cowboys are willing to spend on outside free agents. Like, if we're being honest with ourselves, I don't think the Cowboys would have given the Curse or Hooker contracts out had they not been on the team last year. It's not how they operate. I don't agree with it. I think it's bad. I think it's bad management. I think it's foolish. It's narrow-minded. But that's how the Cowboys choose to operate. So don't get your hopes up here. As long as Mathieu remains a free agent, it does give you that glimmer of hope of, oh, well, maybe he's still out there. Could happen. But I'm not interested in selling false hope when the Cowboys just don't spend on free agents. I'd be hyped. I would love it. I've seen it for too long now to expect that type of stuff to go down. So what I want you guys to do right now is name a free agent you think the Cowboys actually go out and sign. Let me know in the comments what player, realistic name here, folks, you think the Cowboys sign in free agency. They got room for 1 or 2 more guys if they want to. They've got, of course, plenty of cap space still as well. Let's talk draft now. Jalen Wydermyer, the Texas A&M tight end, is one of those players coming on an official 30 Cowboys visit per Mike Fisher. Now, the Cowboys are showing plenty of interest in tight ends. They've shown interest in Jelani Woods, interest in Kate Otten, and others. So the Cowboys having interest in another tight end isn't that surprising. Wydermyer's inclusion, and A&M fans some of you are going to be mad at me. It's okay, I get it. Is intriguing because Wydermyer was hyped entering this year as a potential first-round pick if he took a big step forward, if he broke out. Unfortunately, I think the past 5 months or so, 6 months, 7 months for Wydermyer have not helped out his draft stock in any real capacity. He's coming off an okay season, 40 catches, 515 yards, and 4 touchdowns. However, he was better in 2020, and I would argue by a pretty big margin. Drops were a major problem for Wydermyer this year. 8 drops against just 4 touchdowns. Now, is QB play to blame there? Sure, at least in part. But the hype around Wydermyer has cooled off after people have dug more into the tape beyond, summer scouting hype. And his pro day was a disaster. There is no way around it. These numbers, to be blunt, are undraftable. Now, the tape is draftable, but I kind of viewed Wydermyer, once I dug into him, more of like if he's there back in around 3, maybe, but I think there will be other good tight ends. Maybe he sneaks in top 100. So this testing is a big red flag for any team in the market for a tight end because the list of tight ends who have run an above 5-second 40-yard dash at NFL success basically doesn't exist. It doesn't. Now, Nick Boyle is one of them. He's a blocker. And Wydermyer, I didn't think was a great blocker. So all of those things, it's a big red flag. But if you got 4 fifth-round picks, wouldn't be a horrible selection in the end. So what do you guys think? Will the Cowboys draft a tight end? Could be Wydermyer, could be somebody else altogether. 1 for yes or 0 for no. I am of the belief the Cowboys will take a tight end. I'm looking 4th round in that range. Could be a Cade Otton, a Jeremy Ruckert. There are a lot of tight ends I think fit that 4th round range. And the Cowboys are clearly showing interest. They've gone to pro days. They're setting up their visits. Kellen Moore has been looking closely at tight ends. Charlie Kolar could be a great 4th round pick for the Cowboys. And I think the reason why, they're not sold on Dalton Schultz being here long term, which I don't necessarily agree with because you franchise tagged him, just pay him already. But even if Schultz is your guy, your tight end 2 is UDFA Sean McEwen and Jeremy Sprinkle. It's not great. So tight end, looking ahead beyond next year, you've got nobody good locked up under contract. So early day 3, late day 2, I do think Dallas will be looking closely at that position.